Hello and welcome to the module 158, the one class meeting we're going to have for this module because it's so short, right? But thank y'all as always for giving me your time today. I really appreciate it as always. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. We've got an exciting day today because we have some guests, or at least I see one of them. I see Miss Demetria with us.
We try to pull it off together as a team, but things happen.
They do. They
So
do happen.
Dana's daughter is graduating today, so she's out.
Gotcha.
And Kelly is trying to work right now with a graduate with the place, so she'll hop on when she can.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm going to share my screen while we go through our announcements and what in the agenda, and then I'll turn it over to you. But let's see. So again, module 158, our one class meeting. We're in career development, so I thought to reach out to our career services department and see if they want to come talk to you guys, maybe answer some questions and things like that. Um, so we're gonna go over our announcements real quick. And by the way, y'all, I get real themey during the summertime
Cute.
with my presentations. I get real themey because I love the summer. But we're gonna go over our announcements. Then we're gonna have our guest speaker from Career Services, Ms. Demetria, and then we'll answer any questions or concerns that y'all have going on right now. Some big announcements though, some stuff changing this week. We got some information on the October graduation, the cutoff dates for those. I know a lot of y'all have been asking about that. And basically, I love it when the first thing I see on the page is my typos. So for the October graduation, we got some information on the cutoff dates. Students who finish the program between January 1st, 2023 and the end of July will participate in the October 20th ceremony in Lafayette. And the reason why I have the end of July and not a specific date, guys, is because once you finish the program, it takes our office staff a certain amount of time to get y'all what's called graded out. And that's getting your grades finalized, closing out your financial aid file, you getting together with Career Services and getting paperwork set up with them. All this stuff has to happen before you're technically, officially, administratively graded out. Okay? And if you are not officially in office graded out by July 31st, you will not participate in that ceremony. The cutoff for official administrative graded out is July 31st. So say you finish the program on July 25th, but they don't have your stuff done by July 31st. And let me not say they don't have your stuff done because that makes it sound like they would drop the ball. That's not the case. I'm just saying if the process hasn't been completed at that time, by the 31st, you will not participate in that graduation. So I want to be really clear on that. So, but we will keep a close eye on it during that last week of July. And then shortly thereafter, we'll get an official list, okay, of the graduates that are going to participate then. So that's the new graduation information that I have.
The next graduation after that, because I know I finished in September.
Yeah, so the next one, they haven't set the date for the 2023 graduation yet. But I have heard that there's only going to be one next year. So it may very well not be until May or June or something. They may have it in the middle of the year too. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But as soon as I have that information, Jackie, I will share it with y'all. Okay. NCCT prep is not going on right now. We're taking a little break since we're having a lot of module changes. There's a lot of grades going in, a lot of back end stuff going on for Unitech right now. So we're putting a hold on NCCT prep for a few weeks, but I'll let y'all know when it starts back up. And again, you can find that link on your NCCT prep page in e-learning. All right, Career Services group mock interview. That is still going on. As far as I know, their schedule is on the Career Services page in e-learning, along with their contact information. They alternate days and nights to accommodate everybody's work schedule, because it is a mandatory thing for y'all to do before y'all graduate. So just keep that in mind and make sure y'all pop in at some point, okay? Module 158 is ending today. Please do not forget to submit your resume as your final exam. And I also will be forwarding those on once I get a collection of them. I'll be forwarding those on to the Career Services Department so that when y'all finish the program, they already have it. And then y'all can just get together, polish it up, and they can do their thing. All right. I will be out next Wednesday, May 17th through Tuesday, May 23rd. I will be moving down south during that time. I will still be available via text. So still feel free to reach out, okay? I just may not be able to like pop in and reopen something or something like that, okay? But I will still be available to y'all. But if y'all do text or something in that time frame and it takes me a little while to get back with you, please just meet me with some grace on that, because like I said, I am going to be moving, so I'm going to have a lot going on. But again, text me and of course I'll take care of whatever I can. All right, so since I'm going to be out on Thursday, we're going to go ahead and have our weekly Zoom on Tuesday next week, okay? And I'm going to leave the link, our Thursday link in e-learning on that page, but I will send you out a link for Tuesday on the Remind app, okay? So y'all get that Tuesday around lunchtime or something like that. And that's it as far as announcements. Well, actually, I do want to, I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's a little thing at the bottom of this page that says Reminder. The week at a glance is just an overview. You need to click into the assignment to get the full directions. And I can tell that some people are not doing that. Y'all are not clicking into the assignment. Y'all are just reading whatever's first on that page. Because I'm getting a lot of questions that are actually answered in the directions. So if y'all don't mind, please go ahead and click into the assignment and get the full directions before y'all try to start the assignment and then have a question. Because I try to be as clear as I can in your directions, okay? Like right now, there's a lot of folks, the study guide for Ken's administrative assistant, I state in the directions not to go by the counter at the bottom, but to go by the number on the page, because it doesn't match up. So, and I've had a lot of people text me about, I can't find it, and why is it not matching up, and blah, blah. But it's there in the directions, so y'all just please, pay attention to those, please. All right. So, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I want y'all to please welcome, Miss Kelly couldn't make it, but Miss Demetria is here from Career Services. So I'm going to turn it over to her.
No pressure, right?
Nah, none at all.
Well, guys, okay, so if you guys haven't known, I'm fairly still new to my role here. I've met a couple of you ladies, I've talked to some of you, but yeah, so I'm just here to tell you a little bit more about Career Services and what it is that we do. I am 1/3 of our team here. I have recently taken over ITCIS, which has been fairly cool. I know nothing about it, but I am learning, okay? That's what we're here to do, I am learning. But yeah, so most important, I just wanted to talk to you guys about resume building and mock interviews. I know it's kind of a drag when you hear about scheduling for the mock interviews, but like Ms. Brandy said, it is absolutely mandatory in order for you to be able to grad out. We have to have that documentation whenever you guys schedule with us. You can either just reach out to us and let us know ahead of time that you're going to be there. We can expect for you to come. Or if it's something that you can't do in a group, we are able to do one-on-one. We do them over the phone, do them through Zoom, we do them through Teams, whatever it is to accommodate you guys to just be able to better assist you with your job hunt. Career Services kind of comes in the beginning when you guys first come in and you hear about us, and we kind of leave y'all alone for a little bit until you start getting to that midpoint and we're getting you guys ready for grad status. There we'll start with your resume building. I have since then taken over the role, so I am the go-to girl to get your resumes together. I really enjoy it, by the way. It's really an experience. Trust me, y'all gonna love them. They're great. So I look forward to working with you guys on that. And then right after, shortly, you have your mock interview scheduled. And what normally goes on with that, like Miss Brandy said, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we kind of alternate. But we realized that a lot of people weren't coming because you guys kind of realized, oh, well, hey, I'll just catch the next one. So we do them once a week. I actually just got back into the office this week, so I'm not able to have it for today, but I will send out a link to your instructors and let everyone know. So next week we're going to do it on Tuesday, which will be the morning times. We're working with Miss Nikki, Miss Brandy, because we don't want it to collide with anyone's class scheduling. And then on Thursdays, that's when we have our afternoon, our evening sessions around 6:30. So you guys are getting off work. There's really no excuse for you guys to be able to miss that. And like I said, if you can't do the group, please contact us. We're so super big on communication. If you can't do the group, we will absolutely do one-on-one with you guys over the phone, through Teams, whatever it is that you guys need in order for us to get that done because you need that for grad status. But yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of what we do, what we're here for. After you guys finish and you grad out and we have your resumes and we have your mock interviews done, you guys hear a lot from us. We're in constant communication with you guys because our main goal is to get you guys jobs. Um, we battle with salary. We try to make sure that you guys are getting the best bang for your buck. And we are basically a source for you guys to use from the time that you're here, when you graduate, and even after. We're a lifetime supply. Like, if y'all need us, call us. We are here. It's a continuing effort because we truly do care and we want to make sure that you guys are getting the absolute best of your experience here at Unitech. So that's the gist of what career services is, what we do. And yeah, you guys are going to hear a lot from us. A lot. We kind of pester you, but it's only for your benefit, I promise.
That's it. Um, I wanted to let y'all know also, whenever they reach out to y'all, even if y'all are not interested in their services, if y'all have a job or you're happy or you found one on your own or whatever the case may be, please be courteous and respond back to them and let them know. For all of our students, because we are, a post-secondary educational school, a training school, one of the requirements that we have for all of our students who finish our program is to find out where you go to work. Yeah. We have to turn that in, they have to turn in a report, and that goes towards our accreditation and towards career services placement numbers that they have to meet. So, like I said, even if you're not interested in their services, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, because I've never had people be able to help me find a job before, and I've always struggled to do it on my own. And now I will say there hasn't been a job that I interviewed for that I didn't get. I sell myself when I'm talking to somebody, but that has come. I'm 40. I'm about to be 42 years old, so that's come with buttloads job interview experience, and not everybody has that.
About the mock interviews too, a lot of us don't always have the experience, so we go through those techniques with during the mock interviews. If you guys are uncomfortable with certain questions, if you don't know typically what's asked in an interview, because a lot of us, sometimes these companies are hiring and you go and they give you a job on the spot. A lot of times you don't have to interview. So we're kind of building on those techniques throughout the trainings and throughout the mock interviews. And even past that, if you guys are just talking to us, we try so hard to make certain that you guys just have the tools that you need to be able to be placed, to be able to have a great job. So it doesn't stop with just these online modules. It doesn't stop when you graduate with us. Like, we're locked in, y'all. We are lifelong commitments.
Hey, you guys.
Oh, hey, Miss Kelly.
Sorry, I was doing a mock interview and it got a little bit longer than I expected, and then my computer is not doing right, so I'm on my cell phone.
Hey, that's okay. We appreciate you popping in even though you're having difficulty today. Always appreciate the time.
So how's it going, you guys?
It's going. It's
What
going.
did I miss?
We're making it.
Let's see. Was that Ryan? You popped in on me?
I did. I totally lost track of time. I'm gonna have to go to an eye appointment.
That's all right. Appreciate you coming. Miss Demetria kind of talked to us a little bit about mock interview and what y'all do once they grad and stuff. So I was hoping we could have a little bit of kind of like a Q&A with you guys, because I know I've had a couple of students text me with some real specific resume type questions. They're supposed to turn in their resumes today as their final exam for 158. And I've had several of them have some real specific questions, and I was like, you know what? Come to Zoom and we will ask them. And I told them they've asked me to look at their resumes, and I'm like, I am not the expert. They want y'all to do that. Y'all really do. Y'all want Demetria or Kelly or Shanna, whoever your representative in career services is going to be. They are the experts at polishing up that resume. So if y'all are cool with that, I'm going to open it up for Q&A.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So one of the questions, and Tia is here. Tia has been a stay-at-home mom for like the past 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And she's been homeschooling her kids and things like that. She's got 8 kids. God bless her soul. But she's going through this program, and she wants to, get back into the workforce. So on a resume, how is it best to address that gap in work history?
A cover letter. So typically, if I come across a student who has a gap in work history, the best thing that you can do is just leave the room open, just to be honest. And you want to kind of, because everybody thinks that just staying at home is just whatever, but there are skills and there are things that can be tactful for your resume and for whatever job that you go to. Because at the end of the day, you're kind of working in customer service, right? So you want to pull things like that to shape your cover letter, to let the job employer know, like, this is what I've been doing for so long, but I'm ready to make a career switch. I'm ready to move into this, and this is how I believe that the traits that I have and my attributes can help your company. And from the cover letter, you can build on that with your resume. You can pull some of those soft skills that you're using just every day. You're still teaching, you're still having lessons, and you're on a schedule, and you have to be tactful. And those are things that employers are looking for. So with that being said, and if you were to go ahead and land the interview, that just open honesty and communication can be something that will take you a long way with a potential employer.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we can definitely highlight what you've learned with medical billing and coding. So that's something we would put on your resume along with the copy of your cover letter. Do you have any experience at all, or are you just been a stay-home mom?
I worked at Fred's for a few months with, just running the register and stocking and stuff like that. But basically, I've just been a stay-at-home mom.
Well, you can still put that because that's customer service skills, and so you definitely need that.
Multitasking. I bet you multitask like who knows what.
I was just saying the same thing, Brenda. I bet you can multitask. Like, I would definitely put you on my team. You're definitely a go-getter for sure. A team player.
That's it. Supervising manager.
That's
Yes. Yes. We can add all that to your resume.
Human resources experience.
Sounds good.
That's
Any other questions, you guys?
Yeah. Anybody?
If y'all don't want to talk because we're in a large group, that's fine. Y'all send us.
I've got some stuff I can talk about.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, I was kind of going over a few of our resume tips that we kind of send out when we send, like when we ask you to build a resume. Number one, be clear on the purpose of your resume. Write your resume as a power marketing tool, not to document the history of your work experience. You want your objective to be point on. And I'm going to be honest with you, Dee is really good about doing objectives and rewording them. Um, she is kind of our go-to person with the resumes, and you want to capture a reader's attention in 45 seconds or less. So write a brief description of the position you are seeking and the summary of your key skills, and you offer that bring value to your prospective employers. So that objective is really they're looking at that. That's the first thing they're gonna read. So you really want to make that a powerful, not long, but just short and sweet.
That kind of ties in with something I was thinking about, that we could talk about. So, like I stated earlier, I'm about to turn 42, and I've done a lot of different jobs. I've worked full time since I was 17 years old. So I've done everything from work at Wendy's and Sonic to manage O'Reilly Auto Parts, deliver pizza, and medical billing and coding. I worked at a movie theater. I've worked retail. I've done it all. So we have some people in this program who are like Tia and really don't have a lot of job experience. And then we have people like me who are a little bit older but have settled into a field or want to settle into a field and have lots of different job experience. So like I personally, I have 3 different resumes because it depends on what type of job I'm applying for as to which job experience and skills I'm going to list, right? Is that's just what I've come up with researching on the internet for best job search practices and things like that before I worked here. So that's what I came up with. Ms. Dimitri and Ms. Kelly, do y'all find that that's a good idea for people with a lot of different work experiences?
Like you, before I started working here, I don't have 3 now, but I have 2.
I
So,
have two too.
yeah, and so you basically want to kind of outline and shape whatever the position is. You want your resume to reflect that. And another trick that I've kind of learned, and Kelly is in on it too, like even when you don't have a lot of work experience or you have an overload of work experience, but it's not necessarily a fitting job description for the job role that you're looking to
Relevant.
go into, you can pull those skills and still buffer your resume up. So a lot of these resume guys, even when you're applying on Indeed and stuff, a lot of the employers aren't really seeing this. It's being filtered through. So if you're reading over whatever the job description is and whatever your job duties are, if you can find the similarities in any of your job duties and anything that you've done in your past employment, you use those and you can put it in your skills as well. So when it filters through all of these search engines, you have a higher probability of getting a call back as well. So yeah,
Yes.
that's a really good thing, Miss Brandy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep. And in fact, that's how I got into medical billing and coding. I had no medical experience whatsoever, but I have a degree in IT. So I'm familiar with computers. So they knew that I could catch on to the EHR system really quickly. So that got me in the door with medical billing and coding, and I've been doing that ever since. So never discount those other jobs that may not seem relevant because the skills are still there and are relevant.
Yes. So basically, it's called match your verbiage to the industry terms.
There you
So
go.
you want your verbiage to be to where those keywords, when they have that job description, like she said, they filter and they pull those keywords from your resume, and it flags them, and that's how your resume gets bumped to where it needs to be.
Awesome. Good tips. Good tips. We're learning a lot today. This was fun Zoom.
And I was going to tell you, be very mindful of when you have your emails. You don't want to have like you have your name, your phone number, and then you don't want to have like an email called Foxy
He's
Lady
baby mama.
411
That's
at or my baby mama, So make sure you have an email set up that's professional on your resume.
yeah.
You don't want
Shorty be hot at gmail.com
Ain't
is
no petty.
not the one you want to go with.
no,
Voicemails too, guys. We run into that a lot because you never know. Like, don't count yourself out. You might think that, oh, I might not even get a call back. And there are employers that are trying to contact you guys, and no voicemails are being set up. So that's another
yeah.
big stickler as well.
And I'm telling you from experience, when we're talking to like I'll get a phone call and it says, "Hey, Miss Kelly, I am looking for a candidate, this," and I'll reach out to you guys and I'll send the resume, and then I'll get a phone call that says, her voicemail's not set up. How am I supposed to get in touch with her if I don't have a voicemail set up? And I'm like, So it is very important not to be like, and don't set up this voicemails like, and I'm gonna be honest, I had one like this. Hello, hi, got you. Don't do that. It is, hi, you reached Kelly Talley. I'm not able to come to the phone right now, but if you leave a brief message, I'll get back with you. You want to leave a professional voicemail because they're hearing your customer service voice already, and they're liking, even though they're not able to talk to you face to face or over the phone, but they're already hearing how you're handling yourself on that voicemail.
And that's a first impression.
Yes.
That's sometimes their very first look at you is how your voicemail sounds, if your voicemail is set up. So take all of that into consideration. You want to make yourself look as attractive as possible, and I'll be the first one to say that I hate for people to judge me on how I look or judge a book by its cover or things like that. But when you're walking into a job interview, that is exactly what's happening. They're taking their first impression of you and they're running with it a lot of the time. So you want to, keep it tight.
Yep, keep that in mind. Yes. And that kind of goes into like some of the mock interview stuff too. So when you're actually being called to be set up for interview and you go in, you always want to make sure that you're dressed appropriately. We're not asking for like blown out suit and tie, which is nothing wrong with that because I agree you should do it, but you don't want to wear nothing low cut. You don't want to wear a wife beater. You don't want to show your arms. You want to go in there in your Sunday best. And a blazer jacket's always nice to have, but you want to go in there and present yourself. And that's the first impression. Because this is just employers that have reached out to me and told me such and such came in for the interview. And I'll never forget, they had the brightest pink, yellow outfit on. And I'm like, okay, you just want to try to stay with neutral colors. And I know it sounds crazy, but you don't want them to remember you by that. You want them to remember the qualifications, the skills you have, and what you're bringing to that company. Not, girl, that was some bright pink and yellow. Mm-hmm. So keep that in mind too.
Awesome. All right. If y'all thought any questions y'all want to ask while we got them on? No?
Don't be shy, you guys. I like to talk.
I've got a question. So when we do make our resumes using resume building tools, is that okay to do, or is that something y'all frown upon?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can use it. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's what we're here also for in Career Services, is to help you. So if you're not quite sure, I hate for you to go out.
They are a resume building tool.
Yeah, that's what we are. So I don't want you to go out and pay $19.99 on the internet to get your resume built.
Right. I'm not trying to come out target.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what we're here for. Ron, you reach out to us and just say, hey, I need help with this resume. Can y'all help me? Here's a rough draft of what my job is. Here's a rough draft of my skills. This is and we can help build that resume for you. And if you're not sure, we have a template that you basically, if you write down, it asks you questions, you write it down, you send it back to us, and we're going to get that resume built for you.
Awesome question, Ryan. Thank you.
I should have done that before I applied for that job last week.
Yeah. It's not too late. It's not too late. Hopefully you get that. But if you don't,
call us.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. So
Can I do my mock interview one-on-one?
Yeah, you can do your mock interview one-on-one with us. Just give us a call. Miss Brandy can post our phone numbers.
It's already there.
See, there you go.
Demetria's contact information is not on there because I have the flyer. that y'all did before she got hired on.
Okay.
But Kelly's contact information is there, as well as Shanna's.
And that's why I was late coming in, because I did have one that because we do group mock interviews, but some would rather just do it as individual, and that's what happened. Is I had one that didn't want to do group, they wanted to do individual, so I was a little late hopping on. Kind of took a little bit longer, but yeah, that's okay. And when we talk about mock interviews, this is just generic questions that we ask to kind of make your mind think outside the box. These are not the questions that are going to be asked at your interview. We're just trying to make you think outside the box. And one of the questions that we start off with is, tell me about yourself. And when we say tell me about yourself, we don't want to know about your personal life. We want to know about your education, and like, hi, I'm Kelly Talley. I've been in the medical field for the past 19 years. I'm recently working right now at Unitech as a career service coordinator, helping medical billing coding graduates find placements. So this is a little bit about myself. They don't want to hear about, well, I'm a single mom of 3 and I have no transportation. That's a no. They don't want to hear about any of that. They want to hear about, tell me about yourself. This is my education. This is the experience I bring. As for Tia, I've been a stay-home mom for the past so many years. I've recently decided to get into medical billing. I'm graduating and I've taken my certification, and I am here today because I want to start a new career in this. So that's about tell me about yourself. Some of the other questions that we ask is, why did you choose this field to study? So these are just a few questions that I'm kind of throwing out there to make y'all think about, why did you choose medical billing and coding? Somebody asked you, well, how did you get in this field? You're prepared to answer those questions. Another question that I love is my favorite, and I'm gonna say, I really want somebody to answer this for me. How much do you expect to get paid in this field? That's a tricky question. Can anybody answer that for me? Or how would you answer that?
Aside from me,
I know it. Learn from the mock interview that whenever they ask questions like that, that is a good thing to go based on your. You don't want to give them like a straightforward answer, because you could be downgrading your pay if they want to pay higher or not.
mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were on here, Miss Angel. Miss Angel members. You go, girl. So how would you answer that question, Miss Angel? How would you answer? Well, Miss Angel, you're coming in for this position we have in medical billing coding. How much do you expect to get paid?
I would answer it because that's a good question. Because I don't really have experience in that, but being that I learned from, school, I would probably give oh my God.
So you want me to help you out? So this is just me. What you got, Courtney?
Well, I would say, based on my even if I hadn't worked in that field, I would say based on my experience, um, and my ability, I would expect to be compensated. Um, I, I would expect to be compensated. I would expect my salary to match the going rate of what's going now. I don't know how to say it, but I wouldn't go lower. I wouldn't expect to be paid higher, but I would expect my salary to reflect what is the rate for my job, right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or the quick go-to is, what's the current rate? Like, you're asking them, what is the pay range?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it can open up doors to negotiation.
Yes. And this is the way I like to answer it. Y'all don't have to answer it this way. There is no wrong answer with what y'all just said. This is the way I answer it is, well, I'm just graduated from medical billing coding, and I'm not quite sure what this position you have available, what is the pay salary. So what I'm doing now is I'm turning this around and putting on the interviewer, so that I'm opening that door for that interviewer to say, oh, well, we pay this amount for this position, and then after your 90 days of probation, we're going to give you $1 raise. And well, can you tell me what kind of benefits you offer? Well, yeah, that's a good question, because these are the benefits. We offer you paid vacation. We offer you PTO time. We offer you 401k. We're going to match your 401k. I'm just throwing all these examples out. So you're actually taking that and you're turning that interview question that she just asked you onto her to tell you what that job is actually going to pay you and what
what's
benefits
worth
they
to
have.
you.
Yes. So if they do call you and they say, look, hey, Miss Brandy, we want to hire you. We told you that we were going to pay you around $16.50 an hour, and then after 90 days, we will be willing to give you a dollar raise. You already know in your head when you left that interview, if they call you for that, either you're going to take it or not.
Yeah.
So that's how I like to do it. Now, y'all, what y'all answered was not wrong, but that's the way I like to answer that question.
And also, y'all, like Angel said, when you say a specific dollar amount, they key into that, and they're gonna, like even if you say something to the effect of, well, I currently make $11 an hour, $12 an hour, whatever it is, they'll go, okay, well, we can pay you 13. It's your job to get as much as you can out of them, and it's their job to get you for as little as they can. Okay, because it's a business, and business boils down to the bottom line a lot of the times. So you got to go in that negotiator headspace.
Yeah, because
Can
you don't
I
want
take a
to go in
stab at
there.
that question?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Can I take a stab at that question?
Yeah, go
Of how
for it.
much you would expect to be paid? I would say something along the lines of, well, I have X amount of experience and these amount of specified skill sets that I think would be directly applicable to this job. And I would expect to be paid and compensated directly for those in my education in this field. Whereas not accepting a pay that somebody who's just trying to come in off the street with no experience and no skill sets in this field would be paid. I wouldn't expect the base amount, but I wouldn't expect to be paid something that somebody who's been in this field for 5-10 years to be able to walk in and pay.
Yep, that's a good way to answer it too. You're correct. Absolutely. And like I said, everybody's answer was correct. There's always a good way, and it's just when you go in the interview, you're gonna feel that vibe, and some people go in there and they have that jittery, I was so nervous. And there's something that I sent I'm gonna read it to you guys, and this is a really good, I've come across this saying and I really like this saying, and I sent it to Dee and Shayna. Believe in yourself. Employers will believe in you too. Confidence speaks volumes. So remember that you're going to go in there. You don't want to be arrogant, but you want to be confident. And you want to bring into, one of the questions on the mock interview is, how has your training prepared you for this job? So everything Miss Brandy's told you and taught you and everything you've made A's on, the question is, how has your training prepared you for this medical billing coding position you're applying for? So is that a question that one of y'all can answer?
What was the question?
The question is, how has your training prepared you for this job?
I feel like I could probably answer it, being that we done did like sim chart and actually had like hands-on experience. I would mention that as one of the skills that we had, because we actually had hands-on practice in the medical field instead of like just saying that we don't have no experience at all. So I would be like, we would go through like hands-on experience in school and courses to where if we was put in that predicament, then we could have, already had, I'm sorry, we could already have like an idea of what we're supposed to do already.
Mm-hmm. Yep, good answer. Anybody else would like to answer that? How has your training prepared you for this job?
One of the things I want to throw at y'all right now, that ties into this question beautifully, because a lot of my students are newer. I've had a lot grad out in the past 3 or 4 months, and a lot of my students are newer, and some of them haven't been through the coding yet. Once we go through coding,
mm-hmm.
y'all, there we do so much of it. We concentrate on that so hard. You can go in there and you'll be able to say when they ask you this question, you'll be able to say, I know the ICD-10 manual and CPT manual like the back of my hand.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna throw that modifier up in there too.
Thank
That's
you.
right. Woo! That's right, sister. Yes, definitely. So when you call us for a mock interview, you're gonna be like, Miss Kelly, ask me that question one more time. How did my training prepare me for this job? And I'm gonna be able to knock it out the park. So, but yeah, these are some of the questions that, you know, when we ask with mock interviews, it's just there's no wrong answer, there's no right answer. It's just we're making you think outside the box, you know. And they're a little bit challenging questions
because they're
so
open for interpretation.
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
Perfect.
I have a question. Okay, so
Sure.
I know I've been having my resume done, and I had just went back and like redid it based on like everything that I learned from the mock interviews.
Okay.
And I just turned in my cover letter to Miss Brandy, but I was wondering if I could get it looked over to make sure it looked professional enough.
I'm gonna email it to him, Angel. I'm gonna email everybody's resumes and everything.
Yes.
Probably
Yeah.
say Thursday. It'll be beginning of next week when I send those out once I have everybody's.
Yeah, that's fine, Miss Brandy. I know you're busy.
That's life, right?
That is life. But
So with us
yeah.
resumes right now, and we're not done with school, so we haven't actually, did our certification yet. Is that something that we're needing to still put on our resume for right now because it will be done when those are getting sent out, or like how do we go about that?
So before you grad, we will definitely update your resume for you. You can, this is like a rough draft resume, kinda. You want to do it. You want to do the best as you can. Put your information in. And I understand because the rotating the Ferris wheel and trying to catch on and stuff. You will have a resume you're gonna turn in, but then you're gonna have that final resume, and that final resume is when me and Dee or Shayna update that for you, because we want to hear you say, Miss Kelly, Miss Dee, Miss Shayna, I've graduated, I've taken my certification, my exam. Can you now update my resume? That way I can find that perfect job. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear you say, I have aced my certification. Miss Brandy has taught me well, and I have made 100% on that exam, and I want to add all this to my resume. But you will have a final resume, and this resume will be something you'll be adding on to keep. And anytime you need your resume, let's say 2 or 3 years from now, and you reach out to us and say, hey, I've switched positions, I've updated, can you, we will do that for you. That is something that Unitech offers. Is
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we help y'all with the resumes, and no matter what, even though when you graduate and you find that job a couple years down the road, if you want to find another job, you reach back out to us and we help you find another job too. This is something that Unitech offers for you guys.
That's awesome.
I wasn't exaggerating when I said we're locked in for forever. I literally meant it.
Apparently.
You stuck with us.
Awesome. Well, guys, we are just about out of time for today. But this has been a lot of fun. Y'all have come up with some great questions. And thank you, Miss Demetria and Miss Kelly. Just, invaluable information.
Well, we've enjoyed it, and you have a great group of students, and I look forward to hearing
I got some go-getters in here, man.
You do.
Yeah.
I've got some go-getters in this group. It's wonderful. It's so great.
Yeah, that kind of interaction, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, and everybody answered all the questions great. And I'm sorry that I'm on my cell phone, but we have computer issues here.
That's flexibility. This is what flexibility is. She's having issues, so she's doing it on her phone. However, you got to get it done, and that's an important aspect of work ethic.
Mhm.
Work ethic. She could have very easily said, "Oh, technical issues. I'm gonna have to chill at home for today." But
Peace out.
yeah, peace out. But deuces, but she didn't do that. So just, take that as an example too.
Mhm.
And Miss
Well,
Rachel, I know my contact isn't updated on that sheet. We'll get that done for you guys. I did put my email address and my personal number in the chat. So if you guys want to grab that before you all get off today, it is there.
Awesome.
thank you, B.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, if y'all don't have anything else for me today, that's all I've got for y'all. And as always, thank y'all so much for your time. I so truly appreciate it. And, have a blessed weekend. Stay safe and healthy. And
Can we get off? Can I stay and talk with you for a minute?
absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And
I'm
make good
hopping off, you
choices.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, you guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Let me stop recording, Jackie.
Okay.